Okay, I'm still getting texts. I'm so sorry. And I'm here to welcome everybody to Success Partners International Training Zoom. And I am Susan Comer, and I welcome all of you to this. We're in for the treat. I think I'm going to be going out to Mr. John Drennan, and he's going to begin our training call.
All right, well, I'm here, John Drennan here. Everyone, reminder, do mute your video. We don't want video distraction during this, and mute your audio. And I appreciate you, Susan. We did not have a host lined up, so Susan jumped in there. So I want to start by reminding everyone, in Success Partners, we start with our signature message, and that is, I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission to protect and empower 2 million families and small businesses with Legal Shield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And yes, I have that memorized. I don't need to read anything. And I hope you do too. I hope you've got that internalized. So thank you, Susan. And I'm very excited about this training because we've got different things to cover, but the heart of it is going to have to do with our SummerBlast2020. I got some really exciting things to share with you on that. Before I do that, though, let me share my screen, and we've got a couple other things to talk about. And starting with the fact the month is over in 2 days, and we've got a gentleman on the line working on his second million, who I just think always does such a great job toward the month end, reminding us of basic things that we can all do to help have momentum finishing the month as we go into the new month. So at this time, I would like to turn this Zoom over to Millionaire Club member, our dear friend, Mr. Timmer Halligan. Over to you, sir.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Drennan. And, as you know, this is my favorite time of the month. I've got a background as a professional tennis player, as a coach. And, I love the end of the game. The end of the game is when things are won. And this is what we have the opportunity to do with 2 days left in the month, is win the month, get our goals accomplished, and help some people out. When you sit down and really think about what it is that we've got in our hands, we know that Legal Shield is a tremendous service. We know that ID Shield is a tremendous service. We know that our opportunity changes the way that people live their lives. And so we've got to say to ourselves, how many people do I want to see before this month's over? How many people do I want to talk to before this month is over? How many people do I have right now in my pipeline? The company's got awesome incentives going on right now. I mean, tremendous bonuses for brand new associates, for those that are hitting manager, for those that are hitting senior manager. They've got incredible opportunities to still be able to earn some trips and be able to head away in January. But most importantly, you have your business that you are taking or participating in for whatever that reason may be. We talk all the time about what's my why? What's the reason that I'm doing Legal Shield? And it's all accumulative of all of the things that we do. So when we get to a month end, like we have right now, 2 days in front of us, some folks are saying they've already committed the month to being where it is today. Some folks are saying, you know what? I've gotten to where I want to get to. Maybe it's Performance Club, or maybe it's Performance Club Pro. Maybe it's, as we talk about PC 90 or PC 180, I'm already there. Well, listen, if you're at Performance Club 90, push to Performance Club 180. Why? Because that's twice as much opportunity for residual income in the future. It's a bigger bonus. I mean, let's be real. If I can make $250 or I can make $500 for just doing a little bit more, I'm going to want to make the $500. But it's about building momentum as we are getting ready to go into our summer blast, right? I know Mr. Drennan is going to talk more about, that sort of thing. You want to right now reach out to your members, right? You want to reach out to the members that you have. You want to say to them things like, I know right now you currently have the legal plan. Have you considered adding the ID Shield to what it is that you've got. Or, hey, you know what? I'm not sure, but, you know, have you thought about adding the gun supplement to what it is that you currently have? Or do you know somebody? You know, ask referrals. You know, you got a lot of folks that you know right now that have the membership. They're happy with the membership. They are fully protected, fully covered, have all of the things right there for them, you know, in the service they need for Legal Shield, but they may know somebody. Think about Ron Chambers' training last week. Darcy Hoffman talking about referrals to the power of three. Ask somebody the question, who do you know that would like to get their will done? Who do you know that is a small business owner? Who do you know that may have a gun or believes in that amendment to be able to have one? Use the team Zooms that we've got over the next 2 days. You got 4 opportunities at least. Membership opportunity at 12:30. Then you've got the opportunity and membership at 8 o'clock. And do your own Zooms, guys. Listen, we have got such an incredible opportunity with an incredible service, all of the resources that we need. Follow the game plan, organize your list, ask for referrals, see who can use more added to what they currently have. Use the Zooms, do Zooms on your own. And I'm going to send it back to you, Mr. Drennan.
All right, thanks so much, Timmer. Sorry, that took me a minute to get back off mute. And let me go back to that slide as well. There we go. So thank you. And you always do a great job talking about the month end. And as you were talking about the add-ons, you know, looking at this, I got reminded of that tonight. I actually got a call from a member and an inactive associate. It's someone in Michigan who I've not talked to in a very long time. He kind of went inactive probably 15 years ago, but I've stayed in touch and actually recently sent him the link for the Summer Blast. But he called me tonight in an absolute panic because both he and his wife's computers have been totally hacked. They're concerned about all of their information. Quite honestly, he was kind of freaked out. And I literally got him his membership up and running tonight for ID Shield, and he was so appreciative. But then I thought to myself, gee, how many more people are there in my 22 years out there that don't even know we've got a strong ID Shield plan? And, you know, that's a place for a lot of us to go back to people. And maybe we've not talked to in a long, long time. And you can search through your genealogy and see who's just a legal member. So anyhow, 2 days left. You all know that. Let's move on. Okay, this is a bit of a shout out. You've been hearing us say for months, if not years, get your stories to us for Sunday Team Zoom. Well, we're going to change up a little bit on how we do this process. And let me start with 2 comments about stories for our Team Zoom. Number 1, stories are the backbone of our company. It's not facts, it's not features, it's not benefits about our membership or our business. It is stories. And we are loaded with them. But most of us are keeping our stories secret. And I just shared a story with you tonight that a Legal Shield member called me freaking out because he needed ID Shield. That's a story. And so stories are the heartbeat. So we need them, and it benefits all of us. It benefits you sharing it, and it benefits everyone hearing it. Now, the second point I want to make is if you are not at this point, and if you've been at the business and been around me, at this point, if you don't have it in your mentality to be thinking about who in your organization, even if you've got a team of 3, has a story for this Sunday night because they wrote a membership or helped a member or used perks or recruited somebody or got a bonus or advanced or had their best day or whatever it is, learned something from an event. If you're not looking to spotlight that person, you are not understanding this business. This business is about highlighting what's going on in your team. If you're not doing it when you have a small team, you'll never be doing it when you have a large team. So that's part of team building. So anyone who is listening to me right now and views yourself as a team builder, because so often I hear people say, oh, I'm not a good team builder. Well, you will be if you do these things. And one of them is every week be searching throughout your organization for a story to highlight on our Sunday call. Having said that, or our Sunday Zoom. What stories? Well, membership, member perks, new premium, new recruits, bonuses, rank advancement. You can see the list there. Here's the process. Submit your stories to Alice Engelhart. Write to Alice. Now, the cutoff for Sunday is Saturday night. So if Alice does not have your stories by Saturday night, on Sunday, if you get her your story, it will go to the following Sunday. So, and she knows that. So Saturday's the cutoff. Then you can also work through your support team. So maybe you're fairly new and maybe you're wondering, gee, should I submit my story? You can get a hold of your upline like we've been asking you to get a hold of myself, Timmer Halligan, Jim Harkema, Carlos and Sheila Bird, Ron Chambers, Lynette McKinley, Lynn Schuster Williams, whoever is kind of upline support to you. Maybe they can help you get the information and send it on to Alice. But the fact is it needs to get to Alice on Saturday at the latest. So for this week, that means either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. And let's get the stories. Let's get where Alice is saying, okay, we've got 12 here and we're going to have to choose and pick. Okay. And there's Alice's information. It's best you email her at aliceland@me.com or text her at the phone number there. And by now you've all had time to take a photo of this or a screenshot, and this will be your reminder in regard to our Sunday Zoom and our stories. With that, let me go to the heart of tonight, and that is our Summer Blast 2020. I know we announced it a few nights ago on our Sunday team call. I know that right now we're somewhere around 46 people are registered, and you simply go to SummerBlast2020.com, and I am going to do that. So bear with me. I'm going to stop my share here. And okay, I am having trouble okay, there we go. I'm going to have to share again. Okay, I'm no longer host. So, hey, Lynn Schuster Williams, could you please share your screen and then pull up Summer Blast 2020? Bear with me, folks. We'll get right into this. Okay, and then, okay, so when you put in SummerBlast2020.com, this is what you'll see. So Lynn, could you please just start scrolling this? And so there's the Success Partners is doing it again with some information. And then you've got the orange tab that says Early Bird Special, $20 until midnight, July 31st. That means you've got between now and Friday night to register for $20. As of August 1st, it will be $25. So just be aware of that. I know there's people on here who intend to attend and just haven't registered. Just do it. I don't want you to say, oh, I forgot, and it costs you 20% more than it should. So $20 right now. Okay, when you click on Yes, Register Me, which you don't need to do, Lynn, but you can see the cursor there, it's going to take you to PayPal, where you can use PayPal or a credit card to register. Okay, could you slide down further now, Lynn? So here's the FAQ. Will the event be recorded? Yes, it will be recorded and available to anyone who's registered by the start of the event. So that recording will then be made available. Secondly, is registration per person or household? It's per household. So if it's you and your spouse, maybe you've got some grown kids who want to attend, it's for your household, your email address. Next, can other associates not part of Success Partners join? The answer is yes, and several have, but what we're not going to do is promote it to other teams. And that simply has to do with the total scale and logistics of what we're doing. But, you know, obviously other people hear about it and they say, can I attend? The answer is yes. SummerBlast2020.com. They can go on and register. And then finally, can I pay for another associate? Yes, you would simply register a second time and then email Brooke, as it shows there, at john@summerblast2020.com, and let Brooke know the name of the other person. So maybe you registered an inactive associate or your grown child. And so that's how you would do it. Oh, I have another question that hasn't made it to the, but let's keep scrolling down, Lynn. I think we've got, yeah, there you can also send a message. Obviously put in your name, email, and send a message. That will go to Brooke. Brooke Haynes is overseeing the Zoom aspect of this event. And so she's the person to go to. And with that, Lynn, if you can unshare your screen and go ahead and make me a host or co-host so that I can share my screen again. I'm getting a message that I've been disabled from sharing my screen. And while I'm waiting on that.
You should be ready now, John.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, so number one is you register. Number two, encourage and help others to register. So encourage, that means let them know, promote it. And one thing I've done, here's a list right here of 60 inactive associates. And I've now contacted the majority of them. I have more to go, but as a result, some have gone ahead and registered. Think about this. If they were not on our Sunday team Zoom, if they're not plugged into our morning stretch call, and if they're not getting or reading LS Engage, and they haven't talked to someone who's active, they have no clue we're doing the Summer Blast. Yeah, we've got people who maybe attended the Summer Blast 2 years ago, absolutely loved it, and for whatever reason are currently inactive and would love to participate in a virtual Summer Blast for 20 bucks. Because the last 3 years, you were looking at $400 to $600 per person just to be at the blast, plus travel. So a lot of you, it was $1,000, $1,200. This is 20 bucks. And so now, why and how are you going to promote this? Well, let me start by saying the person who, or one of the people who's going to help kick the event off is a speaker, an author. She's got her own coaching business. She sets up coaching businesses around the world. She's a cancer survivor. She's absolutely a rock star in the circles that she travels in. Her name is Lisa Manini, and she's going to do a segment on Thursday night when we kick off. She normally charges somewhere between $500 and a few $1,000s for a weekend event. And she does not do the kinds of things we've asked her to do, but here's why she's doing it. She's on our team. She loves Legal Shield. She and I have a great relationship. And so she's going to come on and do a piece. Okay, we have 3 people who are experts in financial literacy and financial health who will be speaking to you. And one of them, most of you know, is Frank Coyne. What you might not know is he's a genius business person. And I actually drove, when I was living in Kentucky, I drove from Kentucky to Charleston, South Carolina to attend a one-day financial seminar with Frank Coyne. It blew me away. And he's going to be sharing some really incredible nuggets in his segment. One of 3 financial coaches and experts. We have 3 different experts in physical health. And one of them you maybe remember hearing from a stage at a big event, and that is Frank Acoin's wife, Teresa. You might not know this, but her background's education, and then for a couple decades has been studying nutrition and health, and now is a speaker on that topic and does all kinds of presentations, gets paid for that. She's got an incredible segment she's going to be talking about, as well as two other individuals who are going to be talking about relevant, contemporary health information. Every one of these presentations will be worth 20 bucks minimum. Okay, next, we've got some personal development presentations. You're going to hear from some people that some of you don't know because they haven't made their mark at all in Legal Shield and they're not as plugged in maybe as you, but you're going to say, oh my God, when you see them present. And then John and Darcy Hoffman, $800,000 income earners, platinums, they'll be presenting, each of them separately. Again, Darcy Hoffman has her doctorate. She's a John Maxwell trained speaker. She's an author. She speaks at big companies, prisons, other network marketing companies. And of course, you all know John Hoffman. And I feel like I'm leaving out. And of course, we've got the people we know of as part of our organization. But here's what I want you to hear. Every one of our speakers is a Legal Shield member and associate. Even the ones you've never heard of because maybe they're currently inactive in the business, but they're 100% on our side, and all but two, I believe, are within our organization. So, well, four, the Hoffmans and the Acoins. Okay, so now that helps you promote, and you can literally say things like, look, you might not be able to attend the whole 2 days, but just one presentation on your finances could be worth way more than the $20. And I get that some people might say, you know, I can't do Friday, but I can do Saturday. It's worth the 20 bucks. Hey, I can only do Thursday night. It'll be worth the 20 bucks. Hey, I can only do the afternoons. It'll be worth the 20 bucks. So who do you promote to? You always start with your most active associates. So, for example, I know Lynn Schuster-Williams is registered. You know, I know Ron Chambers is registered. Timur Halligan are, you know, the people I work closely with, they're registered. Then what about their teams? What about the maybe less active people who aren't on all the communication? So you reach out to them. And what I've been doing, and well, let's keep going. So you start with the most active and then less active, less active, less active, till you get to inactive. And that's pretty much who's on this list of 60 right here. And that's just a partial list. And so what I've started doing is texting these individuals, but not like a spam. I text them individually. My text might say, Larry, I don't know if you heard about this. Check out this link. And then I make a note. Now, let's say out of 100 people, you know, 20 reply and 10 go ahead and register. Now I know the other 80, I want to do more of a follow-up with them. So, okay, then here was the other question that was not answered in the FAQ, and I'll answer it right now. What about non-associates? So, follow me on this. In Legal Shield, I've learned to do things in their correct order. So you never enroll an associate before they're a member. You never start training them before they're an associate. You know, you don't plug them into stuff for associates if they're not yet an associate. That's just a rule of thumb. Now, there's always exceptions, but understand exceptions are exceptions. So every now and then there's this exception where you're just saying, you know what, this person needs to come on our Sunday team Zoom as the last thing before they join. And you just kind of know that, but that's rare. Okay, so in the case of this event, would it benefit pretty much anyone you know? Yes. But is it out of context to invite them to something where the message and theme is going to come from Legal Shield? And the answer is, yeah, that could be really out of context. So can you invite non-Legal Shield associates? The answer is yes, but use discretion. So maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a good friend, maybe it's somebody that's a big fan of your success, but they've just chosen not to participate. But you know they would love listening to Frank Coyne or Teresa Coyne or the Hoffmans or Timur Halligan. They'd love hearing these talks. You know who they are. So you could invite them and have them register just like you registered. So I hope it answers that. And then finally, what to expect. So this will be our first virtual event. And so a part of me says, I'm not sure what to expect. I've never done this, but here's what I know. I've done countless events. Many of you have been at our Summer Blasts. They've been great. This is going to be the best virtual event we've ever done. It'll be the first one. But here's what I do know. I've kind of tracked what Legal Shield did. And the Dallas event ended up being virtual. Most of you were on it. It was great. This last July event that was literally about 4 hours blew our minds. How phenomenal 4 hours of information was. Well, this event will be similar to that in that we're going to pack it in, but you'll also have plenty of times to take a break, go to the bathroom, have a meal, take a nap. There will be time in between. It's not going to be nonstop go, go, go. And we will have that schedule out fairly soon. But we're going to start on the Friday and Saturday mornings with opening the Zoom room at 9:30 Eastern, being cognizant of the fact that's 8:30 Central Time, where we'll have a lot of people, and 7:30 Mountain Time, where we'll have some. And that's 6:30 Pacific Time, where we'll have a few as well. We'll start the event at 10 a.m. both mornings. So again, we're being respectful of other time zones. And then, we're going to have strong schedules, but nothing's going to drone on, and it's going to be very powerful. So stay tuned as we continue to update you with more information, but it's going to be a great event. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight, finish the month strong. Definitely get registered, help as many of your folks as possible know about the $20 and so that they can register before Saturday. With that, everyone, we'll be talking more about this tomorrow morning on our morning stretch call, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. All that information is on our calendar at successpartnerscalendar.com. With that, have a great night. Good night.